Hi, my name is Bridget Bailey.
I'm Ryan Stephano.
And I'm Aidan Blaine.
So today we're going to be discussing a marketing plan for the Lancaster Barnstormers that could be put into place. The following presentation proposes new marketing strategies for the Lancaster Barnstormers and their upcoming season. These newly proposed marketing strategies will analyze how the Barnstormers should be budgeting their money and how the organization can effectively spend their money while making a profit at the same time.
All right, so an introduction. The mission statement of the Lancaster Barnstormers can be found on Facebook under the About tab, and it reads, Lancaster Barnstormers provides affordable, family-friendly entertainment at the beautiful Clipper Magazine Stadium in central Pennsylvania. Organization background. The Lancaster Barnstormers were established in 2005. Clipper Magazine Stadium is home to the Lancaster Barnstormers. They play in the South Division of the Atlantic League. They are not an MLB affiliated club, although they stated that they would like to become affiliated with an MLB team in the following years. The term Barnstormers means to travel to an area appearing in exhibition sports events, especially baseball games.
Situational analysis. So, obviously, each organization faces their problems, and we want to state what the Lancaster Barnstormers face as their problems. So, some of the biggest problems of the organization, the fan base consists of mainly older audience. They have mainly more of old people that come instead of the younger generation that they want. And I know as a college student, I would love to be there. They have low game attendance rates, 4,000 on average. They really want to increase that in the next coming seasons. Each season, they want to improve. Um, lack of the social media outlets. They excel on Facebook. They do a really good job of keeping up with their Facebook page, as they may have most people on there, but they don't have a heavily followed Instagram or Twitter page, which are two of the biggest social media pages in the world.
So the next part of the situational analysis has to do with the competitors that the Lancaster Barnstormers face. Lancaster Barnstormers currently have three major competitors. These consist of the Harrisburg Senators, the York Revolution, who are of the Freedom Division of the Atlantic League, and the Fighting Phils as well. These competitors use tactics such as free tickets, and the first 500 fans in the stadium get a free souvenir in order to draw fans to their games.
So we're going to analyze a SWOT analysis now. In the first part of that, we're going to look at the Lancaster Barnstormers' strengths. They have a strong relationship with their community, as most people that attend their games are from the Lancaster area. They do a really good job of reaching out to them. They have year-round family events and concerts. Some of the family events they put on are like, a family game night, or they also do like Firework Fridays, for example. They have loyal fans who attend several games a season, so they don't just come to one game and you don't see them for a while, and then they come like the next year. They're constantly attending several games, and they have two Atlantic League championships, one in 2006 and one in 2014.
So, continuing with the slot analysis, there are some weaknesses. Obviously, as I stated, the organization's use of social media is a bit, it's lacking. They need to implement more on Instagram and Twitter, as those are insanely big social media corporations, and I would guarantee they would gladly excel in those. Another weakness: marketing to those that live outside the Lancaster County area. I know where I'm from. I am about 30 minutes from Lancaster, and I can assure that most of my friends do not know what the Lancaster Barnstormers are. And for me, I did know who they were, but marketing more out there would be great so that they can have more people come. The fan engagement during COVID-19 pandemic has been up to par. They haven't posted really about what's happening. They have some articles, but they need to start engaging with fans to keep them to keep coming each season. As we are in a pandemic and we need to social distance, online is what we're going to need to be using. And obviously the fan attendance has probably went down a little and they want to increase that.
So the third part of the SWOT analysis takes a look at the opportunities that the Lancaster Barnstormers have at the moment. So one of the opportunities that they have is to place billboards in different counties. This would help advertise to more people that are living outside of Lancaster County, which, as we stated before, is definitely a weakness that the organization has. Another opportunity they have is to create an app that runs smoother than the one that is already existing for the organization. This way, fans have easier access to information regarding the Barnstormers. It's possible that if they were able to access the information a lot easier, that they would be more interested in the Barnstormers and possibly, it would increase their chances of coming to a game. They could also continue to reach out to the community during the COVID pandemic and offer support. And another opportunity they have is to learn how to create a safe environment for fans upon reopening the stadium. So just making sure that, they prioritize the fans' safety so that they feel like they're coming back to a safe zone instead of somewhere that they could possibly catch the virus and have to deal with that.
So the fourth and final part of the SWOT analysis, we're going to look at the threats that are posed on the Lancaster Barnstormers. There's an uncertain economic environment right now. Obviously, a lot of major sports teams or just businesses in general, they don't have many customers right now. They don't feel safe coming out, so they're losing a lot of money. Everything's moved to virtual purchasing right now. The COVID-19 pandemic, like I said, that has to do with businesses losing a lot of money, and whenever they reopen the stadium, they're gonna have to social distance and wear masks, and you just want your fans to feel safe upon returning. Losing sponsorships due to COVID-19, like I said, companies are taking a lot of heat right now. They don't have the money to be sponsoring the Barnstormers anymore because they're trying to focus on their themselves internally. Fans feel unsafe when attending future games. Like I said already, they're gonna have to wear masks, and they don't want to go somewhere that could possibly put them or their family members at risk. So it's really important for the Barnstormers to make their fans feel safe. Other professional sports teams in the area, such as York Revolution, who offer the same product but at a lower price than the Barnstormers. So the ticket prices might have to be adjusted a little bit.
So the market selection decision. So how to segment the market? Well, we want to identify what age ranges draw in the biggest crowds of Barnstormers games. Then we want to identify the average attendance of fans to each game that don't live in the Lancaster area. Moving on to that, identify how many sponsors have season tickets. Then identify the number of season ticket holders the Barnstormers had last year. And then figure out the average number of fans at each game that are over the age of 60.
So for strategizing the position, the Barnstormers need to produce a way to increase their leverage amongst their major competitors. This is due to the fact that the majority of their competitors offer the same exact product. So it's very hard for organizations like that offers the same products to be able to, look at themselves and place them above their competition just because they are offering the same products. One way that they can position themselves above their competition is to expand on their promotional nights that can draw on a bigger attendance. This also makes the games a more family-friendly environment. Another way they can position themselves above competition is to lower their ticket prices. That way that they're cheaper compared to the people in their league, such as the Fighting Phils. Doing this would make attendance rates grow because, if people are buying their tickets at a cheaper price and they feel like they're saving money, which is very appealing for those, especially if they're struggling economically.
Objectives and goals. So some objectives that the Lancaster Barnstormers are going to be looking at going into the following years. they're going to want to increase attendance over the next few years by at least 15%. Um, in their division, they're about average on average attendance. Um, and I think the highest total I saw of average attendance was about 6,000. And like you already said, the Barnstormers is about 4,000. So they want to raise that by about 2,000 fans a game. And advancing the new app to a brand new UI or user interface where fans would be able to have a better experience of the game. So that would include live updates and like breaking news articles having to do with the Lancaster Barnstormers, and it would just keep fans more engaged during the game.
So some goals we want to achieve. So first, convince the younger audience, specifically college students, to come to a Lancaster Barnstormers game. I know as myself, I have a minor league team near me called the Wilmington Blue Rocks in Delaware, and I've been going there ever since I was 7. And I've enjoyed every second of it, whether it was purchasing a new jersey or getting a foul ball. It was a great experience, and I would, as a college student, it still gets me going. It still makes me happy to go to a minor league baseball game, and I would really want to encourage the college students to go to a Lancaster Barnstormers game. The next goal would be to decrease the lack of social media and start using it to their advantage to promote games and special events. I know if people are online right now, as we were mentioning, we were in a pandemic, more people are tended to look at their phones and their laptops or whatever device they are using, and they want to see come up on their feed that the Lancaster Barnstormers are having a special event during this pandemic. They can have social distancing, and they want to interact more with their fan base. The last goal will be to keep fans engaged during the COVID-19 pandemic and make them feel safe upon the stadium reopening. So they are projected to play in the 2021 season. So they will make sure that staff will wipe down their seats, wipe down the handles, obviously implement social distancing, wear masks, and they will do anything to keep their fans safe.
So some marketing tactics has to do with like the product. So as I said before, the product offered from the Barnstormers is a form of entertainment. The main objective is providing people the sport of baseball. In another perspective, they can host promotional nights, which involve dollar hot dog nights or firework Fridays. Also, fans can dress up as a character from their favorite movie that is being promoted at a Lancaster Barnstormers game, and this is called their movie night. The Barnstormers find different ways to offer their products to their fans, and those are just some ways that they're able to do that.
The next thing we're going to look at is the Barnstormers ticket prices. So the sheet seats, which are the closest seats to the field, are $14. The field box seats, which is reserved seating, are $12.50 a seat. The lawn tickets, which are general admission seats, are $8 a seat. The youth lawn seats, which are also general admission for kids, are $7 a seat. Dugout box season tickets are $648, and field box season tickets are $560. By lowering season ticket prices, this would increase attraction amongst their competitors.
So the place. So the Lancaster Barnstormers currently compete at Clipper Magazine Stadium, which is located in Lancaster, PA. The population of Lancaster is 59,420 as of 2018, which they have a lot of people come to the game sometimes. The Barnstormers must have a general focus of getting residents of Lancaster to attend games during the season so that they can keep engaging with their fans, engage with the community as well. And Clipper Magazine Stadium is one of the finest stadiums I've been to for a minor league team. I've enjoyed every aspect of it, watching a game, where my seat was. It was all a great time.
So for the promotion parts of the Barnstormers can build a stronger presence if they can employ social media to their advantage by promoting games and special events. I know we've mentioned this multiple times throughout the presentation already, but Barnstormers have a weakness with using other social media sites outside of Facebook. if they were able to start using Twitter and Instagram and, consistently using those apps to update fans on their games and special events, then I feel like they would probably see an increase in their game attendance just because they're exposing their information to more people. Also, they can promote themselves by interacting. They can interact between the organization, the organization and their fans will expand throughout using social media. Just because if they increase their uses on those sites, they're sending out all their information on games and everything to more people, including the younger audience, which has been the target for this whole entire presentation. Just expanding the audience that the Barnstormers already have.
Controlling and implementing. So the rebuild, so coming into next season, the social media aspect of the Barnstormers should be the main focus during the off season. Like we stated, we want to use Instagram and Twitter more because they are very big social media outlets, even like just as big as Facebook nowadays. It will create a better experience for the fans and will encourage them to become involved with the organization and come back better than ever after COVID-19. So like we stated, just making sure that fans feel comfortable coming back to the stadium and making sure that their health is our number one priority.
So conclusion. So in conclusion, Lancaster Barnstormers have a lot of room to grow in how they market themselves to potential fans. By taking in consideration ideas that were provided in this presentation, we really believe the Barnstormers will become a high-functioning organization and offer fans a prestige sport organization, and I know they can do it. Thank you.